I'm going to show you how to customize Final Cut Pro for your specific needs because you're not like everyone else. You're special and you deserve a one-of-a-kind Final Cut Pro experience. In this video, I'm going to show you how to customize your layouts, create your own keyboard shortcuts, and even make favorites folders for your titles, generators, transitions, and effects. If you're looking for something specific, I'm going to put chapters down below so you can jump to that point, but really, you should just hang out and watch the whole thing. Let's dive right into it. So here is the default view in Final Cut Pro. You've got all of your basic windows here. You've got your sidebar, your browser, your timeline, your viewer, and your inspector. And you probably know that you can resize all of these different windows by grabbing the edges and resizing them. And you can open and close different windows by clicking these three buttons up here. But did you know you can actually create and save your own workspaces with different layouts, different windows open, and even those windows sized the way you want them? So for instance, let's say you wanted a workspace for when you're editing audio. Maybe you would want to close the browser and double click on the inspector so you get a nice long view with all of your audio channels. Maybe you also want to open your audio meters. And maybe you want those audio meters to be nice and fat so you can get a good look at them. And maybe you want your effects browser open so you could easily access the audio filters. So if I really liked this layout and I wanted to save it for future use, I could just go up to Window, Workspaces, and then Save Workspace As. And I'm going to call this Editing Audio. And now, even if I change all of my windows and I resize the panels or do anything, if I go back up to Window, go to Workspaces, there is my editing audio workspace, and I click that and all of my windows open up and resize exactly how I want them. What about creating custom keyboard shortcuts in Final Cut Pro? Not every action in Final Cut has a keyboard shortcut assigned to it, so you can create your own. Let me show you how. Just head up to the Final Cut Pro menu and select Command Sets. That one always kind of trips me up because I always think of it as keyboard shortcuts, not command sets. And then head on over to Customize. And you're going to get this command editor window here. Let's take a quick tour of this window. This bottom left window is your command groups. By default, you're going to be selected on all Final Cut Pro commands, but there's also groups for editing, effects, sharing, playback, and timeline navigation. And as you click on each of these groups, you'll see in the next window over the commands that fall into that group. And you'll also see what the keyboard shortcut is for those commands here, if they've been assigned a keyboard shortcut. If you scroll, you'll see some of these do not have keyboard shortcuts applied to them. And as I click on each one, in the next pane over, I get a description about what that command is. In the top right, I can also search for a command. And if I'm using the search tool, I like to go back to this bottom left window and select all Final Cut Pro commands. Let's search for color adjustments. And here's the command for adding the color adjustments effect. And you can see there has been no keyboard shortcut assigned to it. So how do we do that? Before we create any custom keyboard shortcuts in Final Cut Pro, we need to create what's called a command set. You cannot override the default command set in Final Cut Pro. So let's head up to the top left of the command editor, and you'll see we're set to default. And under command sets, I don't have any other options here because I don't have any created command sets. You first need to duplicate your default. Now, why would you need to duplicate it? It's so that you preserve all of the keyboard shortcuts that come with Final Cut Pro already, and then we're going to be adding to them. So I'm going to hit duplicate and I'm going to name this command set. I'm just going to call it Jenn. And now I have the ability to create my own keyboard shortcuts. Now, when you're creating keyboard shortcuts, you need to really keep a couple things in mind. One, is it something you're going to be able to remember that makes sense to the task you're assigning it to? And two, is this combination of keys already being used for another shortcut? You're going to need to cross-reference that. So for me, in my mind, for the color adjustments, I think the combination of Command, Shift, and C is going to be something I can remember. So let's check if that's available. So at the top of this keyboard, you'll see these four buttons up here. I'm going to click on Command, and then I'm going to click on Shift. And then let's look at the keyboard. Some of these keys are gray. That means that that combination of Command, Shift, and whatever the gray key is not being used by any other action in Final Cut Pro. So I can, in fact, create the shortcut I had wanted. Now, these other keys that are different colors are already being used as keyboard shortcuts The colors indicate what group they live in down here in the command group. So anything in this pale orange is an effects shortcut. And if I want to know specifically what that shortcut is, I can just hover my cursor, let's say over this V, and it shows me that Command Shift V is the shortcut for paste attributes. So now let's assign this combination to the color adjustments effect. All I have to do is select the modifier keys that I want to assign. So in this case, I've got Command and Shift highlighted, and then I just have to hit the C key on my keyboard. And now you can see down here under modifiers and key that color adjustments now has a keyboard shortcut. All I have to do at this point is hit save. And I can keep working or I can close out of this window. So let's test it out. I'm going to select this shot in my timeline and I'm going to hit Command Shift and C. And there we go. Now I have the color adjustments effect applied to my clip. Now let's customize your default color tool in Final Cut Pro. Out of the box, Final Cut has the color board as the default color tool. But you can change this if you head on up to Final Cut Pro, Settings, and under General, you can change it from the color board to the color wheels, color curves, hue saturation curves, or the color adjustment slider. So I'm going to set it to color wheels. Let's open a different shot here. Now when we open the color inspector, it goes to the color wheels instead of the color board. Speaking of colors, if there are certain colors that you use over and over, whether that be because you're sticking to some brand guidelines or there's just certain colors you like to use a lot, you can actually save them for easy access. I'm going to open up a title here, and in the text inspector, let's go down to face. If I click on this color swatch, I can pick from this spectrum, and let's say I really like this purple and I wanted to hang on to it. I just grab this big square and drag it here into this color palette. If you have a particular client you work with all the time and you want to save their brand colors in their own folder, just head on over to the palettes icon and then hit this button here and select New. And then you can just drag these colors up into this bigger window. If you want to remove a color, just select it and hit the minus button. And then to rename this color palette, just hit this icon again, select Rename, and rename that color palette. And now anytime you need to reach for those colors, that palette will be available to you. Let's go back to the Final Cut Pro settings menu and look at a few other things that you might want to change. I can change the duration of my audio fades, crossfades, still images, and transitions here. If I go to playback, I can disable my background render. I've done that. Or if I want it enabled, I can have it start after, let's say, 10 seconds of being idle. Now for the big question I know you want to know, how do you create favorites folders for your favorite titles, generators, transitions, and effects? Final Cut doesn't offer favorites natively for these things, but I do have some workarounds for you. Let me start with effects. So let's say there's certain effects that I'm always reaching for. To create a favorites folder, this is what you would need to do. Apply the effect to a clip. Now in the inspector window, I can leave it as the default settings, or I can modify these settings. I'm going to keep this as default, and then I'm going to select Save Effects Preset, and you're going to get this pop-up window. I am going to save this effect with its original name. And then under Category, I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom and select New Category. And then I'm going to name this Favorites. Now, a bonus tip for you would be to add a character at the beginning so that this category stays to the top of your effects. I'm going to put a little asterisk here and hit Create. And then I'm going to hit Save. Now, in my effects browser, I have a new category called Favorites, and it's right at the top because I put in that asterisk. Now, before you add another effect to your Favorites folder, it's really important that you delete out the last effect. So now I'm going to reach for Drop Shadow. I'm going to drop it on this clip. I'm not going to change any of these parameters, and I'm again going to hit Save Effects Preset. And this way you can keep adding effects to your favorites folder. This works with effects both native to Final Cut Pro and third-party effects. So that is how you can save effects to a favorites folder in Final Cut Pro. Now, titles, generators, and transitions are a little bit different because that Save Effects Preset button doesn't work on those. So I have a couple of workarounds for you. Your best bet is if you have Apple Motion. If you have Apple Motion, you can save native and third-party titles, generators, and transitions into favorites folders. Let me walk you through that. If you don't, you can still create favorites folders, but only with third-party effects. Let's first start with the motion method. Let's say I wanted to save that subtle title we looked at earlier as a favorite. I'm going to right-click And if you have Apple Motion, you can select Open a Copy in Motion. And if you weren't aware, pretty much all of the titles, generators, effects, and transitions that you use in Final Cut Pro are built in Apple Motion. If you're not familiar with Apple Motion, it is Final Cut Pro's companion motion graphics app. It is $50, and I always say it is the best deal in the App Store. If you want to try it, I have so many tutorials here on YouTube to show you how it works. I also have a course called Motion Launchpad to really get you started in it. If you are a Final Cut editor, I think you need this app. I'm a big fan of it. So if you've taken my advice and you do have Motion, we've got our subtle title here. All you have to do is go up to File, Save As, and you'll get this pop-up window that looks very similar to the Save Effects preset pop-up in Final Cut Pro. So I'm not going to call this anything creative. I'm going to leave it the same name. You could rename it if you wanted to. Select category, and again, go down to the bottom and add a new category. And again, I'm going to create a favorites category with that asterisk and hit create. And then you just want to hit publish. And now when we go back to Final Cut Pro, there is my favorites menu and there is my subtle title template. Now this works the exact same way for generators and transitions too. You just need to right click, open a copy in Motion, and go through the exact same process I showed you. If you don't have Apple Motion, you can still make these favorites folders, but you won't be able to add native titles, generators, and transitions into them. Let me show you that workflow. Just head over to your Finder and search for your Movies folder. And inside your Movies folder, you're going to find a subfolder called Motion Templates. And inside that folder, you're going to see folders for effects, generators, titles, and transitions. Inside those folders, you'll see other folders with the same names as the different categories in your titles, generators, transitions, and effects browsers in Final Cut Pro. Let's open our transitions folder, and I'm going to go to an icon view, and I'm going to right click and create a new folder. And again, I'm going to call this one favorites. Now I'm going to hit Command N to open a new Finder window. I'm going to navigate back to those movies and the Motion Templates folder, and then into my Transitions folder. So now I've got two Finder windows open up to the same folder. What I would do from here is navigate inside of these category folders. Let's open Ripple Whips and say I wanted the push in transition from Ripple Whips as a favorite. What I would recommend doing is right clicking and copying this entire folder, open up my favorites folder in my other Finder window and paste it. Now let's head back to Final Cut Pro. And now I have a new favorites folder in my categories with that push in transition included in it. Now the reason you can't add native titles, transitions, and generators into favorites folders if you don't have Apple Motion is because those elements are buried so deep inside your app that you can't access them to drag them into these favorites folders we just created. One of the many reasons I recommend you check out Apple Motion. If you want to know more about saving effects presets and even sharing them with other people, check out this video I made right here. You guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks to everyone who watches all the way to the end. I'll see you again.